Welcome back, friends. So, you all probably know that in addition to my Oracle ERP cloud videos and even the AI videos, right? In addition to that, I always focus on even telling you the best tools, the best methods you can use to even implement the project, okay? To using some kind of tools, okay? Now, few months back, I posted a video. I think this was about 5 months back. I posted a video which talked about creating mind maps. So when you read documentations, right, whether it's a implementation document or it could be a client document, to read those documents, you can actually create mind maps. And in this video, I had shown you how we can use Google's Notebook LM, create mind maps to understand, to dig deeper into the document to understand the relationships between things. And in this document, this is basically an or Google thing. So basically, you need to upload the documentations online, okay, to do that activity. But let's say that you're working in a secure environment and you do not want to upload anything to Google, okay, obviously because it's on the cloud. Even though Google may be secure, but there are certain things you might want to maintain internally. And people have been asking me, can we do something local? Now this particular thing, once you create this notebook LM, you cannot download that LM. It just creates an image and then you can download the image, okay, but that's really not helpful. Okay, so I was exploring another tool, and actually I was exploring the tool for some other purpose and then came across this functionality a few months back. And ever since I saw that team, I did not stop using that. Okay, and it's not a new tool, it's called Obsidian. It's not a new tool at all. The primary purpose of that tool is to read markdown files. Okay, so if you guys don't know what markdown files is, let me first go to Google and say what is markdown file. Markdown file. And guys, if you are familiar with Jupyter notebooks, you might be knowing what Markdown file is. But Markdown file is a text document, just like the text pad, but it uses lightweight markup language called Markdown language. So basically, it creates headers, bold headings. There are different levels of bold headings, but in the end of the day, it is a text file. So if you look at an image, you will see something like this. It's basically a text file, nothing different. So you put some kind of asterisk marks to make it bigger. The file name ends with MD instead of your txt file, but you don't need any special application to open that. You can open a markdown file using a text pad or a word pad or a notepad, anything like that. Okay, it's a very lightweight thing, but to read it in a better fashion, you can use some kind of markdown readers. So I use a markdown reader called Obsidian, but Obsidian has a very good side effect. Okay, and when I saw that, I was mesmerized and I started using it for a different purpose. So let me show that to you. Okay, so this is the application called Markdown. So if you know, even in your Windows, you have OneNote and things like that, right? So similar to that. So here we can create multiple tabs. And guys, the reason I'm telling you this is because this helps me document important discussions with the client. At times when I'm doing a requirement gathering session or something like that, sometimes you don't know where to note down things. You can quickly use this tool. That's really helpful. And let me actually, this is just a folder structure which I've created. Your inbox, foundation, process, configurations, integrations, testing, cutover, issues and descriptions, reports, and archive. So this is my way of documenting it. You could do a different way, but the idea is you could have a master folder, and if you right click that, you can have detailed processes within that. Now in the foundation, I have AR end-to-end process, and then I have module map, and then you have setup structure, and you have business units, glossary. So you can decide how do you want to create the project structure, but that's not what we are doing mainly. So when I show you the particular thing which I want to show you, you will also like it, I'm sure. For this, I have only used this one. I have not added anything for process and config because I wanted to keep it simple before doing anything. Now, if I click on this AR end-to-end process, that opens the sheet. This is basically a separate tab or a sheet or whatever you can call it. And within that, you can see I've documented O2C, where I'm saying customer creation, transaction creation, invoice accounting, receipt entry, receipt applications. So again, these are all Oracle specific terminologies, but you can use it for any module. The only thing is, let's say I want to do something, I want to create. This is like a hyperlink, and you create a hyperlink by using the two square brackets, if you can see here. So when you create some text in this, you use a double square bracket. It creates kind of an hyperlink. Now, if the document is existing, it will point to that document. If the document is not existing, it will just create the document. For example, I'm just going to click on this and it creates a new document. I'll say customer creation process. So you can understand in your legacy system what the customer might be doing to create a customer. So this is like a document, and you can again refer back to the original. So for example, now if I go back here, now you see that these are all the links, but this link is going to now point to this tab. Okay, you may still not see the real power of this, and there are a lot of features in this tool. You can explore that, but there is one main feature team which helps me understand the process, and when I'm explaining it to the client, that time also it really helps me. But think of this as many notepads in your system. Now normally what will happen, you keep all your information, the notepads, in different folders in your machine, right? But how do you know how they are linked with each other? That's where this thing comes in. Okay, so you have these different tabs. Now I'm going to close everything, or in fact let me keep this one open, and I'm going to click on this button here, this button here called graph view. Once I click on this, please do look at this place. It's going to be amazing. 1, 2 and 3. You see this? So basically this creates a relationship between all those individual files which you have created. Now if I go to this process, you see this is AR end-to-end process. Now let me look for that in this diagram. So when I click on this, right, so it only highlights those things which are those 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are 7 components which are in turn contributing to this AR end-to-end process. So when you are explaining to the client, right, you can actually show something like this. This is kind of a mind map. You can create a lot of text from the documentation and create a mind map. Here I'm using this tool to put a relationship between multiple things. Instead of having too many things like this in a sheet, I'm trying to understand the relationship between them. So now let's talk about, for example, business use. So this was these 7. Now if you want, you could have created a receipt application. This sheet itself, you could have given some information, you could have linked it further with something. Okay, so when you go back to that sheet here, it will show you a further child for that. Right now it's only showing me, when I highlight this, it's only showing me those 7 children for this parent. But within those children you could have multiple children, and then within those multiple children you could have multiple children, right? So that kind of hierarchy you can use. Okay, and now let's look at the other one. Let's say business unit. Now if you go to business unit, you can see at the top it is there. Now that depends on the ledger, the legal entity, and what drives it. The transaction type is using the business unit, the receipt method is using the business unit, the customer account will use that, and what are the related. So there could be a lot of interlinking relationship between each of these attributes. So you could use transactions, you could use receipt entry, all of them could be interlinked to some item over here, right? So let's go back to this. Let's click on this graph view again, and now select business unit, which is this. And you can scroll and do a maximize and minimize also. Okay, if you don't want, you can move this to the left and you can move this to the right, and you can see. Okay, now if you don't understand, just highlight this and it will tell you what is the business unit made up of. It's made up of AR map module, receipt method, transaction type, and in the sense it's being used by all of them. You can give different naming terminologies, right? The core setup, what are the different places that core setup is being used. Okay, so this is one thing. And look at the AR setup structure. AR setup is basically when you do the AR setup, you do the payment terms, you do the sites, you do the ledgers, you do the accounting rule. So when you're discussing with your client, you can actually bring this sort of thing, but don't make it too complex in such a way. It's again up to your creativity how you use this, but do not make it too complex, otherwise it becomes difficult to understand. Okay, I just wanted to quickly show you this tool. This is called Markdown. The format of the file is called Markdown, and the application name is called Obsidian. So if you want to download this, you go to obsidian.md. That's the website for that. It works for both Windows and Mac OS both. Again, this is not a sponsored video or anything. The only reason I'm showing this to you is this is really helpful for me, otherwise it is very difficult to keep track of things, how they are related with each other. So I thought I should quickly show you this. This is not any AI tool. Definitely we can use this in AI, but this is just a tool which is smart enough to capture the relationships. I'm sure we can have use cases where we can create such structures and use it with some kind of AI tool. But to be honest, this is not anything to do with AI. Okay, this is just a quick video which I wanted to show you this particular tool. All right, team. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you in the next session. Bye.